Hello everyone, it's Tuesday the 18th of September. My name's Gareth Evans and this is Pretty Good Gaming. Today we've got loads of gaming news on the agenda, from the news nuggets, everybody's favourite juicy segment. I'll also be talking about Brian Fargo and Telltale 4, which releases today. Microtransactions coming to Halo Infinite, yay! But first, let's talk about loot boxes again, because we all love loot boxes, don't we? We all love loot boxes. It's not Pretty Good Gaming without your daily dose of loot boxes. It was only yesterday that I talked about Finland's Lotteries Administration launching an investigation into the inclusion of loot boxes in games in the country, furthering the cause towards the total elimination of the most dubious monetization practice in the games industry. And just as I had suspected, we certainly weren't finished. Yes, that is 2 finished puns in 2 days, you're welcome. Well, now we have received news that no fewer than 15 European gambling regulators are uniting in a collaborative effort to take on the issue of gambling in games. The list of collaborating countries includes Austria, Czech Republic, France, Gibraltar, Ireland, the Isle of Man, Jersey, Latvia, Malta, the Netherlands, Norway, Poland, Portugal, Spain, and the UK. And not want to be left out of the party, Washington State are also participating. Although the focus of the collaborative effort is tackling unlicensed third-party websites offering illegal gambling linked to popular video games, they will also be pushing to ensure that features within games such as loot boxes do not constitute gambling under national laws. Chief Executive of the UK Gambling Commission, Neil MacArthur, said that regulators want parents to be aware of the risks and to talk to their children about how to stay safe. Unlicensed websites offering skins betting can pop up at any time, and children could be gambling with money intended for computer game products. We encourage video games companies to work with their gambling regulators to take action now to address those concerns to make sure that consumers, and particularly children, are protected. This news has come completely out of the blue. Previously we were talking about Belgium having a little investigation. We had the Netherlands having a little investigation. Yesterday we talked about Finland. They had they're talking about having a little investigation. There's 15 European countries plus Washington State here getting together and working together to try and tackle the problem of loot boxes in games. This is absolutely huge, not only for people who hate the fact that loot boxes are in games, like myself, but also for the publishers and developers of the games who are still trying to push this shitty monetization practice. And yet it does seem like a completely random list of countries. Would rather this randomness than the random shit you get out of loot boxes. I, for one, am completely delighted about this news. I think it is about time that so many regulators acknowledge that this is a problem in the industry, and they're doing that now. This is exactly what we wanted. EA squirming in the seats right now. Well, they must be squirming in the seats, right? Because they make a ridiculous amount of money. 2/3 of their revenue actually comes from loot boxes, and the fact that they were up until this point trying to just completely ignore the fact that they changed the law in Belgium. They're like, we're still gonna sell our loot boxes. They are certainly gonna have a hard time ignoring 16 other regulation bodies, that's for sure. But we'll see how it pans out, because the laws in Belgium might be different to what they're looking at here with this collaboration. What should we call it? Like the loot box party, the loot box collab, the loot box team. No, we can't call them that. Union, the loot box union. Should we call them that? What do we call them? You can run, but you can't hide, EA. You can't hide anymore. We're coming for you. And moving swiftly on, let's do some news nuggets. You're in for a treat. The Long Dark is an awesome game, fact, and physical versions of the game are now available on PS and Xbox worldwide. Telltale 4 Barrows Deep releases today, more on that in a short while. Kingdom Hearts 3 got a new trailer yesterday. Dieselpunk sci-fi RPG INSOMNIA The Ark got a launch trailer. The game itself is set to release on the 27th of September. Telltale's The Walking Dead Final Season Episode 2 got a new trailer yesterday. South Park The Stick of Truth got a release date for the Switch yesterday. It's going to launch on the platform on the 25th of September. Capcom Beat 'em Up Bundle releases today on PS4, Xbox One and Switch. And do you remember that game directed by Elijah Wood? No, me either. But it's called Transference and it releases today on PS4, Xbox and Windows PC. Paddle ball string is a thing which is in Fallout 76. Yes, I know that's not really news, but that's all we're getting right now from the Fallout Twitter account. So how about you get your act together and give us a release date for the beta? Yesterday, Red Dead Redemption 2 developers Rockstar showed off new towns and areas that players will find in the upcoming game. Including in the tease were a number of screenshots detailing locations like the town of Strawberry, Snowy Hill and the Swamp Swamp region. Red Dead Redemption 2 will release on 26th of October. Forsaken Shores, the next update plan for Sea of Thieves, has been delayed. Originally set for release on the 19th of this month, it was announced in a blog post yesterday that it has been pushed back a week due to a memory issue and will now release on Thursday the 27th of September. That is your lot for nuggets today. If you want links to anything that I've just mentioned, you will find them down in the description below. You're welcome. One thing I love is spicy food, but do you know how to tell how heavy your chili pepper is? You give it away, give it away, give it away now. Thanks to Rich from the PGG Discord Dad Jokes channel. Have a salute, my friend. New job listings posted on Microsoft's website detail how Halo Infinite may have microtransactions. Considering all the fallout that microtransactions cause, you'd think that more companies would be shying away from them by now. However, if the job listings are to be believed, they may well be a big part of the upcoming Halo title. Included in the job listings are these requirements: someone who can manage progression in and out of game, microtransactions, and integration of our business plan throughout the game, and finally social engagement features that encourage players to return again and again with their friends, as well as, quote, design and deliver a AAA player investment experience that focuses on our fans and their desire to express their passion for our franchise, including but not limited to microtransactions. What? So what they're saying there is that they see microtransactions as fans showing their desire, expressing their passion for the franchise. We can only assume that this job listing is in relation to Halo Infinite, which was announced recently. Although the job listing itself does require you to have a deep understanding of business models found in mobile games and AAA games. So it's referring to mobile games there too. And we do know that there is a Halo mobile game in the pack. I'm looking at the bright side, guys. Maybe they're just talking about the free-to-play mobile version of Halo Infinite, which is coming up. I kind of looking on the brighter side of this. We don't really know a lot about the game per se, but my guess is that if this story gets a lot of traction in the news, people start getting upset about microtransactions in the game, Microsoft will probably come out and say something regarding specifically microtransactions and how they will be implemented in the game. Because the one thing that people always fear about microtransactions is paying to win and being able to skip content, to skip the game if you want to, just pay a bit more. You can skip the game, you don't even have to play it. You can just skip it. Pay more money and you skip the game that you've already paid money for. There's no logic there, but that's the way that it works. It's just sad that microtransactions are just accepted now. It's like they're alright so long as it's not loot boxes, right? So long as it's not pay to win microtransactions, they're fine. They're not fine. They're not fine, guys. Don't say they're fine. If you say they're fine, I will be mildly disappointed in you. Let that be a lesson to you. Next up, with the upcoming cult RPG The Bard's Tale 4 Barrows Deep releasing imminently, there's a lot of interest surrounding the game within the industry. And chief among all this interest are the comments posted recently on Twitter by none other than CEO of InXL Entertainment himself, Brian Fargo. For people unfamiliar with the man, Fargo helped bring games like Fallout in its original guise, Baldur's Gate and Wasteland, to name but a few, into the gaming world via his then company Interplay. Fargo co-founded Interplay back in the 80s. However, sometime between 2002, he left the company and founded InXile shortly after. Interplay has had a troubled history, going bankrupt in the early 2000s, and back in September 2016, Interplay announced its intention to sell its significant IP portfolio. The sale represented some 70 titles and dozens of characters. It's unclear how much of the portfolio remains within the company, but that hasn't stopped Brian from wanting the company back. With the imminent release of the game Bard's Tale 4, Fargo recently stated on Twitter that if Bard's Tale is a hit, I will attempt to buy back Interplay if we manage to sell over 2 million units in the first 18 months. That is kind of big news for all you original OG Interplay fans, and for fans of Brian Fargo himself and what he's doing at InXile. Bard's Tale 4 looks like a decent value proposition of a game. It's releasing today. Apparently it's got 40 hours of content, 21 unique characters, 350 speaking parts and over 100 pieces of music. That's all packaged in a $35 package, so like I said, pretty reasonable value for money proposition. Whether you can sell 2 million units though is anybody's guess at this point. And Brian Fargo himself is a busy man. He's got a lot of irons in the fire. You might have heard of Robot Cash, something that we covered recently. Robot Cash being the digital marketplace that works with cryptocurrency and allows you to resell your games, digital games, once you've bought them for 25% of the proceeds. And that is Brian Fargo's company. That's Brian Fargo who's setting that up and looking to push that. So what do you reckon? Bard's Tale 4, are you interested? Is that your type of game? Do you reckon he can sell 2 million units? Do you reckon he can get back his old company and start making great games again? Although he's obviously you might be making great games, in your opinion, already. I don't know, just tell me what you think down in the comments. So that is it for your daily dose of gaming news. I'll be back tomorrow at exactly the same time. Hit the bell if you want to be notified when that video goes live. I'll see you then. Bye for now.